Okay, I thought about all the situation with this DAS system, so I decided to check up on the VIN number, and maybe I'll just get everything to be original, reprogram everything to work together with the proper VIN number, because I don't know, I mean, this thing is definitely, it has been removed, this chip, so I'm putting it into my programmer just to read the bin and see what's going on. Now the surfaces are cleaned, so this is ready for resoldering back. The marking is set also. I have a little like X spot. I know where the chip is supposed to start, pin 1. So I'm good in this department. Now we'll see what's gonna happen. So the chip is soldered into the programming board, so I'm going to read it now and see what I see, because I also would need to decode that file somehow. This is not my forte. This is something that I don't do every day. This is just like a job that came along, and just see if I can fix it, because these 3 people had this car and they tried to fix it, locksmiths and electricians and what have you. Nobody could start it, so, and this is it. But what I decided to do is I decided to solder the sockets, right? So this way I can pull chips in and out, I can virginize them many times, whatever. That's what I'm thinking of doing, because this chip is original to the vehicle VIN number, right? I do have original key to the original VIN number, but I think I do have the wrong DAS module to this vehicle. So this chip is from another car, so this is not original to the vehicle. VIN number does not match in this chip. Where is that DAS module came from? No idea. So right now, I don't know. It's just like I read it, and I'm still kind of like thinking about what I'm doing with it, because I'm thinking maybe I'll do emulators again, but I don't like emulators. I would rather have it like normal, but I tried emulators. Communication doesn't work, because emulators block communication. Secondary module doesn't work, so the car starts, runs, but it's not exactly the right way it's supposed to be. So now I'm going to just try to reprogram these chips a few times, and I'll try to use star diagnosis, and let's see if I can maybe rewrite wins and win numbers, and hopefully something will happen. Hello, this is Victor, RestoreYourMercedes.com. This is another late night video. It's 4 a.m. in the morning actually, and I really wanted to try what I had in mind. So here's the situation. This is a continuation of the video from before S600 coupe 97 drive authorization system. So anyway, I tried a couple of things. Now we got 2 control modules here. Both control modules have chips removed, and I put in sockets, right? So I can play around with codings, you know, the VIN numbers and the coding number. And I was really hoping that something will happen, and it did happen. This is drive authorization module. Now the way you see all this, it's absolutely no, not supposed to do this ever. This is crazy. There's all these wires hanging around. It's not proper, put it that way. Okay, so whoever's gonna comment like, oh, you know, all these wires all over, yeah, okay, I know, but the idea here was to get, at least I got 1 module, and at least I know the combination now, because it turned out that this drive authorization module is original to the very original key that I cut all in pieces just to figure out that yes, there is transponder in there, because it did start the vehicle, and I just didn't cut deep enough, and then it just cracked, and then transponder came out. So this is what's important. Now because so many people played around with this thing, there's somebody who cleared the one of the chips. There is somebody else who actually put in the used module with completely wrong VIN number. Then they made the key for DAS module that did not belong to this car. It was something else. It's like a code lock over here. And I'm not very proficient in terms of writing codes and all that stuff. I just wanted to see what belongs to where, right? So the actual computers, they're pretty much the same. You know, they're pretty much identical, right? So there's nothing there that's different. But the chips, I mean I cannot even speak anymore, but chips obviously have their own coding. So this is what I'm gonna show you right now. The one of the modules here, right, is connected with CAN bus to drive authorization module. Drive authorization coil is right here, right? So I can put keys in there and see what happens. Here is our ignition. All right, so we'll shut down the ignition. We'll go back out. See what let me put the camera back on because I can see what I'm shooting at. There it goes. All right, so we'll go back out. We have original key. This is very, very original, the very first key that the car actually started, and it ran with this key. Okay, so put the ignition back. Yeah, okay, fine. We'll put the ignition back on. We go for drive authorization, and it's cut because I cut down the ignition. And let's see what happens. So we have identified the control module and compatible to the DAS. The module is not interlocked yet because it needs 40 starts. Alright, next. This is most important. Start enable, yes, and car is locked with DAS, no. 0 starts yet. I haven't started this. This is just the first preliminary testing here because I still have to deal with the other control module, right? Because there's only one that I got to at least read the key. So I still have to play with that. Now I'm going to show you some different scenario. We'll shut down the ignition. We'll take the key out. Put the key away, because if you keep it like an inch away, it's still gonna read. This is the key that was made, but I have a suspicion that this key was made for the DAS module that did not belong to this vehicle. And also somebody actually virginized one of the computers, but they put the VIN number wrong. It's just something else. Alright, so we'll put on the ignition, put on drive authorization. Let's communication to reestablish. Okay, so communication has been reestablished. Yes, yes, no, and no. No start, and car is locked. Yes. So it's not gonna start. Shut down the ignition, and that is the key that was made with some file, and that file probably belonged to the used DAS module. Another possibility is this little chip here, transponder. This is just from some random key. It does not belong to nothing. I don't even know where it came from. It's just like one key shell that I was working with. Put on the ignition, go back, drive authorization. Let's just communicate with the module. Yes, yes, no, okay, fine. No start. And locked, yes, still locked. Alright, so let's go back and shut down the ignition. We'll take the chip out, and we'll go back to original key. Here is the original. It's all messed up, but the good news is that I can take this chip, put it in that key, and it will work. Actually, I might do it on the video here just to show that it's going to work. Okay, the key is back in. Put on the ignition, and we'll go to drive authorization. Let's communication to be reestablished. Yes, yes, no. This is most important. Yes. Start enable, yes. Car is locked with the DAS, no. Perfect. This is great result. So this is where I am right now. We can see that the key that was produced with the chip in it did not belong to this vehicle. DAS module is original because I put in the VIN number and the coding number from the very okay. So long story short, going back, one of the modules, one of the computers was original, so I was able to read the chip and I got the number, the coding number. But because they virginized it, they put wrong VIN number. But at least I got the coding number, so I changed the VIN number, I put it in. The other computer completely irrelevant because it was like completely wrong coding and VIN number, both of them were completely wrong, so that doesn't work. But because now I can virginize it and I can put my numbers in, so most likely we will have a second computer also working. But that's gonna be probably some other time, because although I'm very excited, to be honest with you, I mean, it's like 4 a.m. in the morning, I'm still doing it. It's just that it is something else. I don't know if I'm gonna ever do this again, but this was very challenging. So again, not out of the woods yet, because I got the car running, but that was with emulators. But the problem is because this is a V12, you got two modules, so they have to talk with each other. So I put emulator, it kills communication, so then the other module is not seeing anything from the first one. So how do you know what's your gas pedal response? So it's like throttle body on the other side would not activate the same way as the primary one, and it was like whatever, it was just something else. So the next thing is, by the way, this chip is actually from S420. It's not even from V12, but I'm going to put original V12 chips back in there, and I'm just gonna try to actually personalize second computer in the car. But I'm gonna virginize the chip first, so I'm gonna actually do it not on the bench. I'm gonna have one computer ready on the bench, and the second one I'm going to actually install in the vehicle, and I'm gonna try to personalize the second one in the vehicle, because I have start enable, so that means that the communication will be going around. Second computer will not be blocked. And that's just the way I see it, because like I said, this is not my thing. I mean, it's just like a one-off job. And then we'll put them together and see what happens. And also, I'm going to take the chip from this key, I'm gonna put it into this new key, and because this is all messed up, I don't want to lose this one now at this point. But this can be cloned, so it's not a problem to make another key by cloning this, right? So when you have original key, you can clone it, and that's what you would want to do. All right, anyway, it is what it is. Let's just go for it, and we'll make another video when I get to the other video. I couldn't help myself but to try to start this engine, and it did start, and oh my god, such a relief. All 12 cylinders, all of them. Gonna look at the readings real quick, because I'm gonna warm it up, and that's it. Actual values, most important is drive authorization. First bank, primary bank, yes. One start. This is the first start. And let's go and take a look at the secondary bank. Again, this is the very first time I just started it. I just really was not about to wait to see if... Oh wow, look at that, 14 starts. So I have to work on this chip a little bit. I mean, it still enables the start, but why is it 14? That is strange. Nonetheless, engine runs 650. At the RPMs, warming up as we speak. I'm gonna check each and every plug. The evap valves came on. They are working as well. It feels like there is a little bit of a vacuum. Like, let's take a look. Cotton angle 702 downstream. Okay, upstream 722, 717, 740. Okay, well, I mean, the engine is not hot yet, but this seems to be on the rich side. But again, cold start possible. Let's see what else we got on the other bank, the primary bank. Same here, so I guess we're at cold start. Let's take a look at our coolant temperature, 50. Yeah, we're still at the cold start. 37 Celsius. Wow. I mean, battery voltage is there. We gotta get to the full warm up. Okay, anyway, I'm beat. It's like I broke through the night. We just give a quick blip on the accelerator. Just people are sleeping. Yeah, both throttles, both work. Okay, this is it. This is it. There's nothing in there. That's it. That's it. I'll just maybe make another video later on about it when I come up to my senses. Let's put it this way. This was epic.